You are listening to Indie Soul Rhythms with Moochie Alfonso.
It's good for us, and it's good for me, yeah.
The show that brings you the very best in indie soul. It's probably the grooviest show on the planet.
We are joined by the amazing singer-songwriter all the way from San Diego. And we are thrilled to have Rika-Rai with us. So I like starting from the very beginning. And I like, going to where you started and, looking at your background and your inspiration. So how did you discover your unique blend of soul and R&B, and what drew you to this genre?
Soul and R&B, I would have to say it came from my father. My father was a singer.
Okay.
He's from the East Coast, and him and his nephews, actually. I want to say his brothers because they were so close in age.
Right.
That they were more like brothers, but they started a group called Another Medium, and they started in the East Coast, but then they moved to LA to pursue their dreams, of course. And I just been around music all my life. My dad sang, and we just harmonized around the house. He played all of the soul music, R&B music. So it just kind of filled me throughout the house, and that's how I got started. Loving it.
Amazing. So living in San Diego, what are the influences you pick up in terms of your music and your creative process?
So I'm originally from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Los Angeles. I moved to West Covina, which is a small little town within Los Angeles County. Then as I got older, I moved to San Diego. And San Diego has its own energy or vibe of music, especially for independent artists.
Yeah.
So in San Diego, what they do is they just create their own shows, and they don't worry about people really making those opportunities for them. They make the opportunities themselves. So I learned how to do that and how to connect with other people and other artists that love to do what I do. And then we just put on our own shows, invite our friends out, and big or small, we're gonna have a good time and just show our talents. So I love just the energy of music in San Diego. It's always been something that has inspired me to continue to keep going.
And who are what artists would you say inspired you the most as you developed as an artist?
One of my favorite artists is Prince. I love Prince because of his creativity. He's totally outside of the box. Maybe he might be doing rock one day. He might be doing classical music. You never know. And that really inspired me to say, hey, you don't have to really yourself in a box. You don't have to be just an R&B or soul singer. You don't have to just do gospel. You can do musicals. You can do different things and still show the creativity of what you do. So he's one of the main people. Of course, I love Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. I love Phyllis Hyman, all of the artists back in the day that my dad helped me grow up on, which is like Marvin Gaye, Delphonics. I used to listen to the Delphonics, Smokey Robinson, the whole Motown sound. That's where I really honed in my craft. But Prince, hands down, my favorite artist.
No, I couldn't agree more. He's also one of my favorites. How do you approach your blending the depth of soul with emotional edge of R&B? Because when I listen to your music, that's what I kind of get. There's this deep soul, and then there's the modern R&B blended together. How do you approach that?
First thing I like to do is I have to tap into my emotions a lot. So I really want what I sing and the melodies that come across from my heart. Transparency is very important to me in my music.
Yeah.
And I'm able to tell my story about my life doing that. So that's a little bit where the melodies and everything comes from.
Right.
I'm always just interested in finding different ways to create harmonies and melodies and keeping current with the times. So that requires me to continue to listen to new music and hear what other people are doing, but continue to stay true to my own sound,
Mm.
but also being able to catch other audiences, not just one genre of people, but open it up to all different audiences and different listeners as well.
Amazing. So
Yes.
in terms of collaborations, if an opportunity were to arise to work with another artist or artists, who might that be?
Right now, I think I'm working with one of my favorite artists. I have a show coming up on November 27th with the one and only B Slade.
All
Some
right.
people know him as AKA Tone, but he's B
Yes.
Slade now. And he reached out to me on Instagram to open for him for his show at the Catalina Jazz Club in
Yeah.
LA. So I'm over the moon. I'm excited. And so this collaboration is one of the things I've been dreaming about. And again, to me, B Slade is another Prince. He doesn't stay in the box and he just explores all different types of sounds. So being able to actually perform my song Free, that's the song that he wants me to perform. And he said that he loves the song. The song is fire. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll be there. I was going to the show. I didn't expect to be on stage, but hey, I'm taking this opportunity. I'm running with it. I'm excited.
Wow. I'm amazed by that because I'm still waiting for him to come onto this program.
My
He was meant to
goodness.
come about a month ago, but I think something else came up.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I remember hearing his first album. I think it was called Pronounced Tone,
Yes.
the very first album he did, gospel album, and I was like, what? I've never heard gospel music like this before. And then
Right.
his second album came out, and I was like, no way, this can't be gospel, man. This guy is off the chain. So
Out
yeah,
the box. Was that the Out the Box album that came out? Was that the second one?
no, it was something, was it O2 or something like that?
Oh, right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was just banging. I remember even in the clubs, if you played one of those, one of the tracks from that album, people
Hmm.
just went mad. I'm jealous for you that you're on tour with him. Amazing stuff.
Look, you just put it out there on tour, but yes, let's do it. It's just
Yeah,
it's called a night of gratitude where
yeah,
he's come out, and so to open for him, it definitely a dream. So my collaboration just came true.
yeah. Amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
So yeah, I guess in terms of your career journey, this is probably one of your, highlights. But what has been the most defining moments of your careers so far?
For me, it has to be, again, going back to not allowing myself to just be in one genre.
Yeah,
Right now, I'm also part of a rock band. I'm a lead singer of a rock band. So I'm doing rock music. I didn't really grow up on rock music, so I'm
yeah,
learning. And that's stretching me to learn different ways of singing. It's totally different than R&B, but it still has that power and it still has that
yeah.
soul behind it. So it's not too different. I just approach it just the way I approach all of my songs and all of my music. Just go out there, feel it, give it everything I can, and I bring the soul and R&B to it every time. I just
Yeah.
finished a show with them Saturday, and that was probably our second show. The first show we did, we didn't even rehearse. I just practiced the music at home, and so far, so good.
Do you have any music out with the rock band?
No, we're right
Not
now
yet.
we're doing covers. Hopefully, what we're going to end up doing is incorporating more R&B since now I'm the lead singer.
Right.
I think they had a guy, so I'm singing a lot of male songs, uh, Rolling Stones,
Yeah,
and different groups like that, Tom Petty. But I love that for me because it continues to make me grow and continues to allow me to work on my chops in a different way.
absolutely. That's
Yeah, but
amazing.
no original music out just yet with them.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's brilliant. And how do you hope your listeners uh feel after hearing your music?
I really do hope that they are inspired, that they're encouraged, that sometimes when you're sitting at your desk or you're at work and you're just having a rough day, that you can just put your headphones on. This is what I used to do when I was at work.
Yeah.
I'd put my headphones on and just zone out and, allow the music just to take me away, even if it's for 2 or 3 or 4 minutes. And I just want that for my listeners. I want them to feel empowered, encouraged, inspired, to put a smile on their face,
Yeah.
after listening to something or realizing that what I said or saying is something that they've gone through, and they can say, hey, yeah, you know what, I've been through that, and I feel free. I feel really good. What does that mean to you? That's what I want people to be able to think about when listening to my music.
So let's talk about your new EP.
Yes.
Can you talk us through what inspired the songs on your EP and what message do you hope to convey through the music on that EP?
So my EP Raven is out. It was released November 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And just to go a little bit back, I started on the EP in August. And I reached out to my producer and I'm like, hey, I want to do a new song. And he said to me, he's like, well, you've been doing a lot of singles. Why don't you just focus on doing an EP this time? Don't just do another single. It's time to really put some music out. I'm like, okay. And we started right away. We had that conversation the next week. I was in the studio and I didn't expect to have it completed so fast. So the first song on the EP is Free. That's also the one that I did the first video for.
Yeah.
And we shot the video at Venice Beach in LA and the Venice Canals. And Free is just about liberation, living life limitlessly, not allowing the world to bring you down, just giving over to just flowing and allowing just goodness to come to you. And High, the second song on the EP, is really a song that I start talking about. I feel sometimes being a independent artist that it's very hard. It's very hard. And sometimes you feel like you miss the mark. So High
Yeah.
is like you're always chasing the next thing. You're always chasing, you're looking for the next thing, and you want to get to the next high. And it just talks about my inner thoughts, about how I feel about me and just how I feel about the industry sometimes.
Yeah.
And then Spinning, it's kind of a spin on relationships. It's a spin on friendships, how sometimes things don't go as you would have them be. You might be all in, but realize that somebody really isn't all in with you. So you have to make up in your mind, okay, well, maybe I need to take a back step and allow that relationship to dissolve,
Yeah.
and I can move on, because sometimes that brings you down. And that's another song that I feel like people are really gravitating towards too. And then I have Big Bless. Big Bless is just all about everything that you go through, you're going to be blessed. You just have to wake up with the mindset of being thankful
Yeah.
and always just knowing that things are going to work out. If you wake up a certain way, if you wake up negative, just think that your day is going to be negative. So wake up with positivity. And sometimes it takes a long time to just really get in that mindset. It took me a long time, but Big Bless is just thanking God for every single thing that is going on in my life.
So if I've listened to the whole EP and I love every single track on it. Which
Thank
which
you.
track would you like us to play tonight?
Let's play Big Bless.
Okay. We'll
Big
we'll
Bless.
play it at the end. Big Bless, right?
Okay.
Okay. So looking ahead now, any up and coming projects that you can share details with our listeners, any projects you're working on, or anything in the pipeline?
Right now, mainly I'm still promoting the EP, of course.
Yeah.
Just came out. I have a show on November 27th with B Slade that I'm opening for. Still focusing on the band. We're getting some more gigs as far as they're local gigs in my area. But we're just working on getting those prepared for next year. And I did go into the studio probably a week ago and worked on a song that I'll probably release in January. I think I'm going to release
Yeah.
it in January. I was trying to release a Christmas song for this
Right.
year,
Yeah.
What happened, it just took a, sometimes songs take a mind of their own and you just have to go with the flow. I couldn't force to have a Christmas song prepared for, this season, but out of it, something beautiful came, and it's called Love, Life, and Light. And it'll be out in January.
Look forward to that.
Thank you.
Sometimes you can't force the process. You just got to go with, with the feel. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
I get that. Um, one quick fun question. Is there anyone you would trade places with for a day?
Ooh. You know, when I think about that, I go back to Prince. If I don't even know if I would want to trade places with him, I
Mhm.
would want to sit down with him. I would want to just like pick his brain and figure out like, how did this all begin? Because I
Yeah.
always go back to his first album where he did not allow anybody else to work on his album but himself and play all the instruments and did all the music. I want to learn, know how that's possible at the age that you were, 18, 19, maybe, to
Mm.
have that mindset to say, no, I got this. I don't need any help from any big wigs or anything like that.
Yeah.
And just to learn how to be an artist in this era, because I feel like there was a lot of stuff that he had for new artists. Unfortunately, he passed,
Yeah.
but I feel like a lot of artists would be able to grasp and be able to move on in the industry in a different way, because he always talked about making sure that you have your masters, and he wouldn't work with certain people if they didn't have ownership of their music.
Yeah.
So I'm really about the knowledge. If it was somebody that's alive now that I would trade places with, I don't think I would trade places with anybody.
Yeah.
That's who I would want to talk to be
Sure.
honest.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what's the best compliment you've ever received
The best compliment I've ever, it's just
as
that,
an artist?
yes, that my music touched them in a different way,
Mm.
that they're able to just put my music on and feel blessed and feel like life isn't so hard. And that's the message that I'm always trying to portray, that life can be hard, but there's a way that you can figure out this thing called life.
Yeah.
We're all going through the same thing. We're all kind of in the same boat. And so I just want to spread love in any way that I can. And that's what I get from people, that I love your music. It's so positive, and it's empowering me. And some of my friends that may not be artists, they see the way that I work, and that pushes them to want to go do what they're doing and what they're called to do and go after their dreams. And I encourage that for all artists and all independent artists too.
That's really powerful.
Thank you.
Um, what's the worst piece of advice you've ever received as an artist?
The worst.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, you get a lot of that. You get a lot of, I would have to say that, this type of music isn't for you, or you should just stick to doing gospel music.
Mm.
I like when you do this versus when you do that. And I take that with a grain of salt, and I hear that's great, but I'm gonna keep doing what I'm gonna, what I'm doing. And the reason I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing is because there are songs that I've done years ago that,
Mm.
through the music that I'm doing now, people might go back and say, oh wow, I didn't know you did this song. Let me listen to that now. Now I've heard Big Bless, I've heard the EP Raven. What did I do a year ago? What did I do 10
Yeah.
years ago? You
Mm.
know? So no, no, don't listen to the worst advice. Take it with a grain of salt and release that.
So on top of that, what advice would you give to any aspiring artist right now? Somebody who's thinking to go independent or starting off as an independent artist.
I would tell them that you have to realize that this is a business, um, that you have to have thick skin. You have to realize that your gift, your craft is yours, and that you shouldn't allow anybody to tell you that this isn't for you. If this is truly what you want to do, you have to continue to write, continue to put music out. I feel like I should have continued to put music out, regardless if I was putting one song out.
Yeah.
I would stop and wait 2 years and then put more music out. No, just continue to create. Stop holding on to stuff that you think isn't perfect, because as an artist or a listener, they're not going to know that. It's you that's holding you back if you continue to hold on to the music. You have to release it for people to know who you are, and to really just love what you do. If we realize it's a business, but if you don't love it from your heart, from your core, it's not going to take you as far as that you want it to go, because things are going to hit you from left and right. But you have to remember why you started in this industry, and don't give up. Always realize that you're growing, be able to listen to those that are going to, encourage you, but also remember who you are as an artist, and don't allow anything to sway you from that.
Amazing. That's powerful. And I think that sort of advice can be applied to any industry, actually.
Exactly.
Not just
Yes.
music. Yeah. Amazing
Right.
stuff. And just want to say thank you so much for taking time out to chat to us, and
Thank you.
giving us a little bit of your history, your musical journey. We really appreciate your time, and this platform is always open for you. Whenever you feel you've got something you need to share with us, you're always welcome. But before we let you go, we're just gonna ask you for a big favor. If you could introduce your track, The Big Bless.
Yes, yes, yes. So the song that you're about to hear right now is from my new EP, Raven, and the song is Big Bless. Big, big, big bless.
Big Bless. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Feeling real blessed.
Genius.
Feeling real blessed. Yeah, I'm feeling real blessed. God will never do it small. Big blessed. And all you gotta do is take a deep breath. No need to stress. Every day you wake up, do your best. Talking big bless. BBB. Feeling real blessed. BBB. Big bless. BBB. Feeling real blessed. BBB. Big bless. Open my eyes and I thank God. Never would I thought I'd make it this far. Even in the pouring rain, I can never drown you, my like God. You got me, I can't lose. That's why I give it up to you. Put in the groundwork, it's so true. And now my energy's in tune. Yeah, I'm feeling real blessed. God will never do it small. Big blessed. And all you gotta do is take a deep breath. No need to stress. Every day you wake up, do your best. Talking big bless. BBB. Feeling real blessed. BBB. Big bless. BBB. Feeling real blessed. BBB. I'ma follow all my dreams. CLP. Manifesting all and praying on nice things. I'm so grateful, so thankful. All the things done for me. You got me, I can't lose. That's why I give it up to you. Put in the groundwork, it's so true. And now my energy's in tune. Yeah, I'm feeling real blessed. God will never do it small. Big blessed. And all you gotta do is take a deep breath. No need to stress. Every day you wake up, do your best. Talking big bless. BBB. Feeling real blessed. BBB. Big bless. BBB. Feeling real blessed. BBB. Yeah, I'm feeling real blessed. God will never do it small. Big bless. And all you gotta do is take a deep breath. No need to stress. Every day you wake up, do your best. Talking big bless. BBB. Feeling real blessed.